Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bud. You look great. Looky here as a stud. I'm here on the cover of GQ. That's what I'm talking about, man. There you go. How are you doing? How's the fam? How's everybody?
Everything's good, you know. Kind of been working this thing for like 30 years, and finally it's good.
Yeah. It's all going well. I know you have a new addition to the family, by the way. Can you tell me who this guy is?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I got a buddy. His name's Bob.
You named the dog Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's a good name for a dog.
Yeah. When I'm angry with him, it's Bob.
Oh, yeah.
It's Bobby when he's okay.
But you got to tell me about this, because you brought a photo that might be the cutest thing I've ever seen. Here's Bobby taking a nap in the dishwasher.
Yeah. He kind of waits for me to do the dishes. It's a pretty good dog, right?
Yeah.
I do all the work. He does everything else.
Yeah. So you're just hanging out with him, and then you look down, and he was asleep?
I had no idea he was there, actually. I was doing the dishes, which you got to do as a single dad. And, and I was doing the dishes, and like anything, I thought, where is he?
Yeah.
He's too quiet. He's chewing on something. And I went to go, and I ran right into that thing. I saw that he was sleeping.
That might be the cutest
I
thing.
did like everything that Americans do these days, even if somebody passes out. I took his picture.
That's a good friend.
Yeah.
That's a good friend. Yeah, you take the picture first, then you help him out.
There you go.
I want to talk to you about Horizon and American Saga. This is a beautiful, sweeping, epic Western, and it's awesome. But you had a hard time making this.
I did, and you know, not everybody. I didn't understand why exactly, because I thought that it worked. I made it for people. I didn't make some Valentine that my mom puts on the refrigerator like everything else.
Is for people,
I thought this was right, but I don't know, things in their own time. I just didn't know it would take a generation, you know, to this. But I don't really fall out of love. Yeah, it was 1988, but I don't fall out of love with the things I think are good. I feel like I have this relationship with an audience, and I was going to get this movie out. I thought sometimes we'd want to disappear when we go into theater. We want to take a ride, and that's what happens with Horizon. And it's when I really couldn't get it made, I decided to take some of the things that I owned, and I would go ahead and pay for it.
You pay for it yourself, and it got an 11-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, and they didn't give me a buck.
You had nothing from that?
I could have used a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, you do those festivals to sell the film, right?
I went there because a very American movie. I raised some money overseas, so I thought I would let my foreign partner see it.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. But I saw during the ovation you got a little emotional. You kept yourself together, which is good. But you had to get touched. Why were you so emotional?
I didn't expect that, and I kind of, at a certain moment, they were clapping so much, I just found myself, and they had a camera very close to me, too close, and I shut out the noise for a second, literally. I could see people's mouths moving, and I could feel them clapping, but I walked my life backwards. I thought about the beginning, and it was just dead silent, even though it was happening, and I really kind of followed the breadcrumbs, how I maybe got to wherever I got to, and
Great career.
My kids were on the left and my actresses on the right, and finally I felt the sound come back, and I just said to the guy, I said, look, have him stop and I'll say something.
Yeah, good for you.
It was right.
It's a good journey. You're doing something that no one's done before. Not only do you go like, I'm going to fund my own thing and try to make my own movie, but this is a 4-chapter film.
Yeah.
You're making 4 of these.
Yeah, I wasn't finished, so.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what you do, I guess.
Done. I wanted to give you a complete meal.
Yeah, so when did you first start working on I know you said 88.
When no one would make the first one, I had the brainy idea of making 4 more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'll like those 4, and it didn't happen. But 2 of them are coming out this summer. I'm working on the 3rd one. It's just sometimes you can just go to the theater, you can close your eyes, and something starts to happen. So, I took this movie to Scotland and orchestrated it for the Old Time Symphony. I hope you enjoy it. I made it for you.
Were you always fascinated with Westerns growing up?
I think a lot about the drama. If you think about it, there's people, when they made their way across the Atlantic to this country when there was nothing here, it was a promise, and the promise was that if you could get here, if you were strong enough, if you were mean enough, if you were tough enough, you could hold on to what you had. And that promise kept coming. People just kept coming, and millions. And unfortunately, as they began to move across this country, across the Mississippi, there was a whole group of people who had been here for 15,000 years. And there was this cataclysmic clash. And there's great drama in that. There's winners and there's losers. And we know who lost. We know what we lost. And I feel like you can really make a movie out of that. I feel like you can walk yourself back and try to figure out who you are in this story.
Did you know who you were going to play?
I did, actually. I was going to play a guy who couldn't read or write, so that sounded like me.
Yeah, you're like, typecast, come on, yeah.
Yeah, I had a special other set, but I knew, in fact, I named my son the character. So my son's 13 years old, so I really had this idea for a long time, and I decided to name him, and I kept staring at him, and I think, gee, I got to make this movie here pretty quick. And I did. So my son's in it with me, and he there's a really powerful moment that every man would hope for his son and also completely not want to have happen. He makes an ultimate choice, and it's a noble one, but it's a fatal one. And I think it's a movie that will tear you up, and it's very strong on women. When I started to redo this movie, I was shocked that every scene revolved around women. And so you're going to see some incredible performances if you get yourself to the theater.
Sienna Miller is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just unbelievable. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Kevin Costner in Horizon, an American Saga. Take a look.
You give this man your yard? I don't know why you standing in his way.
Well, maybe your friend ain't bloody enough for you.
Well, you don't stand in front of me. And you don't stand in front of him. You don't stand in front of us.
Well, if I move, then we're going to consider this over.
You be careful. Someone's going to take that gun and wrap you with it.
What?
Hayes, leave it as just words. Just words, Hayes! Hayes! Just words.
Come on, that's how you do it right there. Come on. Kevin Costner, everybody. Horizon, an American Saga. Chapter 1 opens in theaters June 28th. Chapter 2, August 16th. Trace Crawford joins us after the break. Stick around.
Hey, hey, hey.